All right, you're good.
All right, hi guys, welcome online. Welcome to the Lion Habitat Ranch. My name is Robert. We have Hannah here helping out. This big guy up here is Ozzie. He is a male reticulated giraffe, and he's going to be painting for us. Once again, for everyone online, you're tuning in. I think today's our last day for Best of Las Vegas. Please vote us. We really appreciate it. Also, come out and join us. We are an outdoor facility, nice and safe. Ozzie's going to paint. You guys are more than welcome to get as close as you want to the railing. He's not working with tie-dye today, so there's no splash zone. He's going to be working on a reusable grocery bag. Once again, Hannah's going to be holding that for him. She's acting as his easel, and I'll be acting as his assistant, handing him all of his paintbrushes. You ready? Yeah. And painting is one of his favorite things to do. This reusable grocery bag is biodegradable, so if you did lose it, it will recycle on its own. That's pretty cool. And his artwork is a one-of-a-kind. He never does the same thing twice. And he does lots of different things. He does hats, scarves, t-shirts, canvases. You name it. Ozzie's pretty good at painting it. Huh, big guy. He is 7 years old, so his attention span isn't great. So bear with me and Ozzie if he does walk out. It's perfectly fine. He doesn't have to paint if he doesn't want to. He's in here choosing to paint on his own free will. Well, he is getting paid to do it. He's very smart. I'm paying him in vegetables. He doesn't work for anything else. He doesn't like meat. If I fed any of our lions here on property, and if I don't wash my hands to Ozzie standards, he actually won't take treats from me. He's made me wash my hands up to 4 times before taking food from me. He's very particular about what goes into his body. He's a strict vegetarian. The nice word for that is a herbivore. His diet consists of plant matter in the wild. If you do see behind me, all those mulberry trees, that's Ozzie's topiary skills at its finest. His other skills branch out as other things as a carpenter. He likes to break stuff in his barn. Huh, big guy. He does face painting too if Hannah doesn't pay attention. Some hair streaking. Let's do a little more orange on this side, then we'll flip it around. We do like to paint both sides of these bags. And he might show us his long tongue. We don't know how long that is just yet. We have to figure out how tall he is, and we'll do that together. But that tongue is very special. It's a prehensile, and there's quite a few other adaptations to it, which we'll explain in just a second. But let's find out how big that tongue is, and we gotta find out how tall Ozzie is first. You ready, big guy? And he's real smart. He's already knowing what we're gonna ask him. So Ozzie's around that 16, 17 foot mark, so we know their tongues grow 1 inch for every foot of giraffe. So now we know his tongue's about 17 inches long. That's a pretty big tongue. And it's very powerful. He could actually break branches with it. He could remove leaves and bark. And you can see the coloration on it. That color's there for a very specific reason. Ozzie eats a lot of food, and he has to eat all the time to accumulate that amount of food, which is 80 pounds. You can imagine eating 80 pounds, it takes a long time. So his tongue gets exposed to the elements quite a bit. So that purple, that dark pigment on there is natural sunscreen. You can imagine having a sunburnt tongue. It would be quite painful. It would affect how you eat. So he's got to protect that. It's the kind of the same thing as if we wear gloves when we do gardening. Oh, big guy. Yeah. So you can see he's really excited to paint. He's definitely letting me know he's ready. He's not supposed to paint with food in his mouth. Otherwise, we end up with texture and stuff on our canvases. He doesn't know how to work with stucco just yet. He's still working on the tie-dye. There's a wonderful splash zone for the tie-dye. Let's do a little bit of orange, and then we'll switch over to his paper. If you guys are wondering why Ozzie lives here by himself, that's perfectly normal. Male giraffes like Ozzie here are solitary. They live by themselves in the wild. The only time he would meet another giraffe in the wild is for mating season. And it's not a fun event for Ozzie. He's actually got to compete for that. And the winners of those fights, if you've ever seen them, they're like the male giraffes hit their heads together really hard. That's called necking. And that's the only time Ozzie would meet another boy, unless they're fighting over a favorite tree, which does happen every once in a while. So he's very content here living by himself. Plus he's still very young. He's considered a teenager. He's got another year worth of growing to do before he's a full-grown mature giraffe. So he doesn't have to worry about that herd of females just yet that's going to walk through Las Vegas Boulevard. Good job, Oz. I didn't explain, but if you guys hear that clicking sound I'm making, that's how I'm communicating with Ozzie for him to understand what he's getting rewarded for. So every time he touches this bag with the brush, I make a little click sound. That lets Ozzie know he's going to get paid for that little moment. The more he paints, the more I pay him. It works the same for me and Hannah. The more they pay us, the harder we work. Ozzie understands that quite well. And I'm going to pay him a lot because he just painted some fingernails. That is his other job as a manicurist. He likes to do nails. So he's going to get a nice, good little treat. But he has a very important role here at the Lion Habitat Ranch. Besides a wonderful artist, he works as an ambassador animal for giraffes in the wild. He likes to bring awareness to what his species is going through. And what they're going through is a silent extinction. It is exactly that. It's silent. Everyone talks about rhinos, elephants, especially with the ivory trade. And sometimes right now with global warming, with polar bears, how they're migrating south. But they're not really talking about giraffes. In the last 20 years, some populations of giraffes have been decimated up to 80%. That's a big number. And he wants to let everyone know why that's happening. It's mostly due to poaching, human encroachment, and habitat loss. Good job, Oz. You guys saw him flip that brush around to manipulate how he wanted to paint with it. He's very smart. He's been doing this quite a while. Big guy. So as an ambassador animal, he wants to let everyone know there's only one way to shoot a giraffe, and a lot of you guys are doing it properly. You're taking some nice pictures, some video. He really appreciates that. That is the only way to shoot a giraffe, especially if you're going on a safari. Use your cameras, bring awareness to his species. He appreciates it. He's pretty popular on social media, so you guys could post stuff online if you want on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can find him on there. Right now we're streaming right now live on Facebook, so if you guys want to tune in every once in a while and watch us, you're more than welcome to. Let's do one more, Oz, one more orange. I didn't mention, but you guys could probably find him on Tinder. He's very handsome. Oh, big guy. Then we'll wrap this up. We do like to keep these sessions.
Oh, are we going to paint the door?
He's thinking of doing some face painting. You ready, Oz? Let's do one last one.
He's like, no. That bag looks great.
He's kind of interested in Sean and what's going on over there. If you guys do notice how he did stand up and look over there, that's what they naturally do in the wild. They like to survey their property and their land and make sure it's nice and safe. Hannah, pay attention. He's coming back. Yeah, we want to end the session on a positive, so he's got to give me that brush back. And then he gets a nice payment for that. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to train him to keep dropping the brush or to keep painting Hannah. He's got to do an A to B, nice and bring it back. If you guys appreciate Ozzie's painting show and liked it, give him a round of applause. He knows exactly what that is. Good job, Oz. You did great. Did you want to take a bow for everyone? Oz? He's doing it. It just takes him a long time. He's got long legs to put into position. It is his way of saying thank you guys for watching me paint. I really appreciate you guys coming out. It's his little courtesy to say thank you. It is also my thank you as well. We couldn't do this without you guys. We are a non-profit. If you guys are interested in anything Ozzie paints, or if you're interested in doing my job for me, you're more than welcome to do an Ozzie experience. You get to hand him his brushes, you get to hand him his treats, and you get to keep whatever he paints. It's a really fun experience to do with a giraffe. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful time. Check out his artwork. We're not on reservations anymore. You can stay as long as you want. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.